The United States Mint has been striking coins for almost 240 years now. However, it wasn't until 1936, 88 years ago, that we would see the United States Mint release one of its most popular collector's sets ever. I'm of course talking about the United States Mint proof set. The sets were struck first in 1936, but it wasn't until 1950 that they truly caught on with collectors and became the highly sought after collector's pieces they are today. If we use 1950 as a starting point, we are talking about a series that is now 74 years old, which means there are several groupings of sets throughout the years that collectors have begun flocking to. And tonight we have a group of 15 proof sets that we think are going to become some of the most important in the series going forward. I'm of course talking about the purple and green box proof sets. Previously, two separate groups of proof sets to collectors, differentiated largely based on their packaging. However, over the last 25 years, we've begun to realize these sets are important for an entirely different reason. These were the last 15 proof sets struck in US Mint history, where the quarter featured the original Eagle Reverse. It's why we now refer to these as the Eagle Reverse proof sets. This is all 15 of them, all 10 purple proof sets and all 5 green box proof sets in one easy to grab collection. It is item number 905-7719. That's 905-7719. And while our limited supplies last, we are just $149.95. At that price, we are less than $10 a set and more than $275 less than our nearest competition is asking for the same 15 proof sets. And yes, you heard me correctly. We are more than $275 less than our nearest competition is asking for the same sets. And that's largely because people are just realizing how important these collections are going to be going forward. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933, or you can head over to our website, abccoins.com. Then once you're there, you'll see a search bar on the right-hand side of the page. Head on up to that and type in 905-7719 and get yourself the last 15 proof sets in United States Mint history to feature the iconic Eagle Reverse on the quarter. Now, for some history on that. The Washington Quarter was first released in 1932, and it was originally meant to be a one-year only issue. And there you can see the Eagle Reverse in the top right. That was supposed to be a one-off coin. However, the public loved it so much, and the fact that it featured the original President of the United States, our original Commander-in-Chief, they said, we're keeping this coin. And it would be struck from 1932 all the way until 1999. Because 1 year later, we would see the release of the most popular collector's series in the history of the United States Mint, the State Quarter Series. That ran from 1999 all the way to 2010, and it was such a popular series that the US Mint decided to continue it with the release of the National Parks Quarters. And then most recently, the release of the Women's Quarter Series. And what collectors didn't quite realize was happening at the time is that before we had known, it had been 24 years, 25 now, that we hadn't had a quarter with the original reverse. That means these purple and green box proof sets are the last of their kind in United States Mint history. When you can find just the 10 purple proof sets, you're looking at over $253 with our competition. We have 5 more sets, all of the greens as well, and we are more than $103 less than our competition at just $149.95. And now these purple proof sets are some of my favorite because they actually harken back to some of the original proof sets. You see, they chose that color purple because it was reminiscent of the King of Siam proof set, because purple was often considered the color of royalty. And the only people who collected coins for the longest time in world history were monarchs or tradesmen who could afford to, not use their money to buy food or protection every single day in the ancient times. These are the green box proof sets, only struck for 5 years from 1994 to 1998. And that small group of 5 sets by itself cost upwards of $175 with our competition. We are more than $25 less with 10 additional purple proof sets included. All of our sets are going to arrive sealed in the original government packaging, and each coin is going to be in beautiful proof condition. Part of these sets' popularity stems from the fact that they are a stunning proof example of every coin released for circulation that year by the United States Mint. And these proof sets were the only way to get your hands on these coins typically, which meant very few of them actually still exist today in the original government packaging. The Kennedy half dollar, Washington quarter, Roosevelt dime, and Lincoln cent have all slowly over the years become iconic collector series in their own right. And when it comes to collecting coins, everyone wants to get the best looking ones of the bunch. And for its time period, you could not beat the proof coin struck by the United States Mint. It wouldn't be until many, many years later we would see anything even close to it when we had the reverse proofs and the enhanced uncirculateds. These stunning proofs were the best quality of their time, which meant these were the sets that were broken for people to get high quality examples for their albums. If you were talking about just the Kennedys from the purple proof sets alone, you're looking at over $165 with our competition. We have all of those same coins plus 5 more Kennedys from the green box proof sets for more than $15 less than their price for just those Kennedy half dollars. If you looked at just the quarters alone in these sets, the coins that have now made them so iconic in the series of the US Mint proof sets, they would cost a combined $167 for just the 15 quarters in this set. Our complete collection of original packaging US Mint proof sets that have the exact same number of Kennedy half dollars and quarters that our competition, is asking for over $160+ for, are just $149.95 while our supplies last. Proof sets have become very popular in recent years because it's getting harder and harder to find high quality examples of these coins as we continue producing them. These are some of the original US Mint proof sets still in the original government packaging, and if you act fast tonight, you can get all 15 sets for more than $275 less than our nearest competition. That means our value is so good tonight. You could buy 2 collections with us. That is 30 total US Mint proof sets still in the original government packaging. And you're going to save over $125 versus our nearest competition is asking for just the 15 sets by themselves. That is an incredible value, and the phone lines are already getting very backed up. If you're waiting on the line, please don't hang up. We'll get to you as soon as we can. But with the phone lines as backed up as they are, it's about time that we go on to our next product. So what I'm going to do is put a 30-second timer up and run through these sets one more time before we sell out. These are the last of the Eagle Reverse proof sets in United States Mint history. The original Washington quarter from 1932 to 1998 featured a beautiful eagle on the reverse, something we have not seen now for 25 years at the United States Mint. That has made these sets iconic collector's pieces, with our competition asking for upwards of $425 for the same 15 sets. We are more than $275 less at just $149.95. It is time for us to be moving on, though, so let's see what's coming up next.